Your luncheon or gala went great, and congratulations. But now you have the problem of having to do follow ups with every individual attendee and donor, and you have the additional challenge of your teams all jumping on those at the same time. Maybe not for a couple weeks, but when they do, it's going to frustrate people. And as somebody in charge of marketing and development for a nonprofit, it's your responsibility to corral everybody and make sure that you're not hurting cats all the time, right? So, super frustrating and challenging problem. It's something that our clients have dealt with, and we've been helping nonprofits with this for a long time. So, today, what I want to do is give you the exact toolkit. You can do this on your own. I'm going to give away the information for free because I think information should be free. If you want it done right, you can go ahead and contact us or visit liveviralmedia.com for more information. But stick with me, and I'm going to show you actually how you can take away some actionable steps today to make this happen. So I'm Dan Weeks, Director of Operation here at Live Viral, and this is applicable to anybody looking for automation, but specifically, we're going to talk about nonprofits who are operating with about a $5 to $8 million budget annually. Or I should say, donations annually. Budget could be, could vary in there, obviously, but we've worked with companies like the American Red Cross and, other national brands like the YWCA, as well as local agencies like Leading Age Arizona. So, of course, your budgets are going to be all over the place. This is still applicable to just about every nonprofit, though. Quick aside, I've been on the board of nonprofits before, New Life Society, AC for GC, we ran the Phoenix Oktoberfest, and a couple others, CPIC, Mountain Girl Rescue. So I understand not wanting to double your team or increase your footprint, but figuring out how you can actually do this, increase your donations, increase your effectiveness without adding a bunch of expense. So that is my focus. That's the lens that we're approaching this through today. And just for this use case, the challenge is that your team now is working harder than ever, but because of donor overlap, because of those missed follow-ups, which we know, if you're a one-person shop doing this, or if you're managing a department and you have bigger stuff to worry about, it's really easy to miss follow-ups, especially those high net worth individuals. You need to make sure that you're getting in touch with them very strategically, not duplicating, and quickly when there is an opportunity for it. So the manual processes, in all reality, are probably costing you thousands of dollars in donations. So today we're going to explore automation tools that multiply your fundraising power while protecting you from the chaos of those disconnected teams. We're going to talk a lot about automation. We're going to talk about some other things that you can do, which we'll get into, that are pretty cool. And I have a hidden surprise at the end of this. I'm going to blow your mind with something that you're looking at right now, but you don't realize. So go ahead and like this video, stick around till the end, and if you enjoy this kind of content and you want more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But let's dive into it. If you are using a CRM, like Salesforce is one a lot of people use, HubSpot is another, it's not bad. It's just maybe not the most optimized for what you need in this day and age. And let me explain. Your regular fundraisers, right, are reaching out to people for little donations. Your ultra high net worth team is contacting people maybe at the same time because the two aren't talking to each other. And in something like Salesforce, you've got your contact tracking and that sort of thing, but there's not really an effective way to prevent that overlap or to assign tasks, to schedule automations, that sort of thing. So this can lead very easily to donor fatigue from multiple touch points, as well as missed upgrade opportunities. Think your gala, right? So your silent auction items, your photo booths, if you're doing that, your meal upgrades, all the little things that can really add up might be missed. And then you still have no visibility into the donor journey. You can't see necessarily, are these contacts being opened? Like, you've got your overall bounce rate for email and unsubscribes and that sort of thing, but you can't see granularly what is happening. You don't have call transcripts in a lot of cases. So because of that, your staff is wasting time on duplicative efforts. So a solution is a unified CRM, creates one source of truth for your entire organization, and it stays up to date. True story. While you just heard my phone going off at the beginning of this video, I did just pause it and check, and basically we had 3 people come in, 3 potential leads to our AI voice system. This is true. This is not me selling you. A client that I talked to earlier today who texted our business line because I had the wrong email address for him, and then another third one that came in as a lead. The automations we had in place while I was on this call were able to answer a question and convert to a paying client, send an update in our CRM, that guy's email, and then resend the estimate, and then put the full profile in for the third so my team can actually go ahead and reach out and I don't need to be involved. That's the kind of thing, a true story, real life case that just happened, that you want for your entire organization, because that is the truth that you operate on. Now, the complete CRM command center, what do I mean by this? CRM, by the way, stands for Customer Relationship Management. It's a tool, a platform that you use to essentially maintain a database, to do all the things. But we're going to talk about a platform that does all of that, as well as payment processing, automated workflows, contact rules, and built-in tools. This is not made up. This is something you can do. I'm just going to give this away. It's called GoHighLevel. It's an all-in-one platform. I am not affiliated. I don't get paid by them. In fact, I actually pay quite a lot to have a subscription. If you want a membership to this, though, and you're going to build all this on your own, you can do that. Visit the link here in the description of this video, or just comment, reach out to us, and we'll get you our affiliate link. We do get a small commission on that, but we also then have visibility into how many people are engaging, and we're able to help you out with some support and guidance as well. Or just go to highlevel.com. I'm sorry, go to GoHighLevel.com, and you can just do it fresh on your own, not use our affiliate link. Totally fine. It's less than $100 a month for the basic. Unified database lets you track donors as well as volunteers. You can even update your board member profiles. You can have multiple vendors in one system. We use ours for payment processing. So literally from my phone, I can, in one app, I can add a contact, I can call contacts, I can email people, text people. All of this is tracked and centralized. Send an estimate, send an invoice, modify our AI chatbot, modify our voice chatbot, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For more complex stuff, use Zapier, and at Zapier.com, integrations connect to GHL and over 5,000 apps for seamless data flow. And this is something that I'm sure you've seen. I'll just open this up in another window real quick. You've probably seen Zaps before, as they're called. But this is what the dashboard looks like. And you can tell I play around with a lot of stuff. But here's, we'll just do a Slack notification for cancellation of a discovery call. This is my workflow. This is like real that we have, where it scans our email. We have an inbox set up for this. It will automatically capture those words of cancellation or whatever. It will extract notes, yada, yada, yada. And then the ultimate result is that it sends it to our Slack channel for canceled meetings. That lets us know that we need to follow up with that person because they likely had a scheduling conflict, couldn't log on, something came up, whatever the case may be. Zapier is great. And there are some things you can do for free. Of course, it's a freemium model, so you can upgrade, pay for more Zaps, that sort of thing, but it's a really good connector hub. Contact rules in your CRM, you can actually set territory management. So, if you're like an Arizona nonprofit, doesn't really matter. If you're just operating statewide, just have like a statewide umbrella office and you can manage all your ops. But if you're opening an office in Flagstaff, in Tucson, a center down, in Gila Bend or whatever, you can do that in GoHighLevel. Your built-in tools, you have, like I said, email, SMS. You do have to verify through Twilio, I believe, but it is embedded in GHL. So basically everything is in your GoHighLevel dashboard. The Twilio verification will then let you send text messages to donors, to customers, confirmation texts, all that sort of thing. Voicemails can be, you can put them on there, you can change them out, you can drop a new voicemail for events, that sort of thing, really, really easily from your GoHighLevel dashboard. You can schedule appointments right from there, and I'll actually go ahead and show you. I'll pull up my GoHighLevel app right now, and I'm just going to show you this actual example here. So I'm going to find me, because I don't want to show all my client information. It spelled my name wrong, but that's what it looks like. So from here, I can do call, message, email, meeting, or charge. Charge is like if you're on the phone with that person, you can literally just charge them $25. There we go. Or whatever the case is, right? Like if you're selling something in person, or you can go to a catalog of products. You can go to email, message, and then this is what I was talking about, this is my testing profile, so I can show you this, but it's the central repository for every single communication. It's got the voicemail, or the actual call transcript, as well as voicemails. Vera is our chatbot, so it has the Vera messages. You can see the appointment was created, and we can actually look at the appointment details, date and time, that sort of thing. We can view right from the phone. It lets you do all of this right from the app. And then it's automatically connected with my Google Calendar, so I literally just join the meeting when it's time, and there you have it. It just super easy, like actually life-changing if you're coming from something like HubSpot, or again, if you're coming from one of the other CRMs like Salesforce. So back to the slideshow. It's got these built-in tools and then pipeline management, which is really cool. So you actually can delegate separate pipelines. So when a contact comes in or you have a receipt for something, you can trigger it. So if it's over a certain dollar value, that's your trigger. Anything under $1,000, that's the normal donor pipeline. Anything between, for instance, $1,000 and $10,000, that's like your moderate pipeline. Anything over a $10,000 donation goes into your high net worth individual pipeline, which is delegated then to separate users, so you can actually separate this on the front end. Now, GoHighLevel for nonprofits. Again, I've been on the board of nonprofits. That $97 price tag for the basic, if you're doing this all by yourself, is very nice. It does replace 6 to 8 separate tools. So what we often see is if nonprofits, if you're director of development and marketing, or you're a senior executive in a nonprofit, you don't have time and your team likely doesn't know how to do this. That's where you figure Salesforce, maybe Twilio on your own, Zapier, HubSpot, like you might have all these things separately that you're paying for. You recover that cost if you do this, but then they'll come to us and our fee is less than or equivalent to what all the stuff is you're paying anyway. But here you get a lot more increased results, visibility, and that product and the result that you're looking for. So that said, we're going to talk about automations and how to completely offload stuff. And this is where I want to get into AI. And I do AI development. I've worked on a lot of different things. That's a whole separate video that I've done actually on my channel. But we're going to talk specifically about AI agents and how it can help you with grant writing, donor comms, and internal things like newsletters, both to the team, internal and external, as well as newsletter copy, website copy, all sorts of stuff. The first thing is create your custom AI agent. You can do this in Claude, which I prefer as a primary, and then ChatGPT as a backup because Claude does hit resource limits. But basically, I recommend creating a document like a Word doc or a text doc where you put all this information in, and then whatever platform, whatever LLM you're building your agent on, you actually can just upload that structured document and it will have all of that direction. It will have your knowledge database, your repository, all that stuff right there. So what do you need? You need your mission statement, past successful grants if it's a grant writer, right? Or if it's a newsletter, upload a bunch of old newsletters that you like so it can capture that tone. Put in your impact data, your program descriptions. If you want to add financial statements, you can. Definitely add board bios, success stories, and donor testimonials, that sort of thing. Outcome metrics are really good to have as well because then it's able to use that ingested data and use it as like case studies. Grant proposals. Now, I have written some of these and it's taken me days. When I was in college, I studied business administration, and we had a grant writing class and it was a nightmare. It took me forever. I mean, there's a reason that we hire grant writers, right? So what your AI agent can do is get you that first draft in less than 15 minutes if you've got a really solid background. I will put this on the screen here. We do actually build AI agents as well. So if you need a custom AI agent, you don't want to do it yourself, go to liveviralmedia.com or give us a call at 623-850-3275. In a matter of an hour on the phone with you, we can usually capture all this information and have a fully built AI agent within a week. If you need donor letters, this is great because you can actually set up like mail merge, in Microsoft Word, that sort of idea, but with Zapier, your chat agent, usually ChatGPT or Claude, and then actually integrate that into CRM, into GoHighLevel. So GHL can pull from that agent's knowledge, or rather it sends a query, right? That agent sends something back and then it sends it to the donor, but you can actually set it up so you can still proofread everything. You just don't have to do the writing. So it personalizes the appeal based on the giving history and interest, which blows your mind, right? You don't need a team member to do that anymore. It can actually thank them for previous donations, reference stuff in your CRM, like, hey, I saw your kid's birthday, right, was like yesterday. Hope Liam had a great day. Whatever it is, you don't need to be doing that anymore yourself. It can still come from your email. It can just now be written by your AI agent. And then impact reports, if you're doing anything internal or external, again, it can automatically format with your data and success metrics, and you can upload a new file anytime you have new metrics, or even just to a chat, and it'll take all of that and make it a custom product for you. Pro tip, your agent does learn your voice and maintains consistency. Sorry, I made this really small, but it'll maintain that across all communications. So it's really important to have, when you're focusing on this, focus on a tonality document. Always give your agent a purpose. Say, like, you are a business development representative, yada, 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 right? We have tips and tricks that we use internally to make that really, really successful and high performing. Can't give that secret sauce away, but there's a lot of good prompting techniques on the internet you can find. But always give it a tonality, a presentation style, and that sort of thing as well. For newsletter and gala outreach automation, we use Kit personally as a newsletter, which used to be ConvertKit, but it's free for the base, which is nice. You can use that, integrate with GHL, integrate with Zapier, and it's a power trio for donor communication. Long form videos like this, I film at like 4 or 5 in the morning when I, like, before my work day. I send it to my team. They cut it up, they repurpose it, they put it into Kit. You know, they work on a newsletter. I'll send them copy maybe, but I don't touch any of the stuff that gets it sent out. My team does all that. And with Kit, they literally just put it in and then it ships out, right? It goes through all the different channels. GHL manages inbound comms, any replies, sequencing, that sort of thing. So with Zapier workflows, what you can do is set up a new donor workflow where you auto add a Kit email in your welcome series. So if somebody does even a $1 donation, right? Again, depending on how you segment that, the donation limit can, or I should say the donation ceiling can dictate which pipeline they're in. Maybe your base is just, a welcome message from the team, like, hey, thanks for donating, here's our headquarters, whatever, or a text message. The next one is potentially like, here's a thank you letter from the CEO, and then the last one's like a thank you letter, maybe a personalized video, that sort of thing. And by personalized, I just mean a video talking about the organization, but like from the CEO or something. President, I should say. Gala registration. This is cool because this can trigger a 90-day nurture sequence. Same thing with cold leads. If you have somebody who's maybe interested in volunteering, you can work on a 3-month nurture sequence with that person where maybe they're not ready yet, but we don't want to abandon this. We want to keep reminding them we exist. You can do all that with Zaps and with GoHighLevel and Kit combined. And then grant deadline approaching, right? Alert your team in Slack. Don't let them forget that you've got this really important thing coming up. And again, that's usually GHL, Zap, whatever it might be, or you can even use Kit to integrate a newsletter internally. Kit has visual automation builders for complex sequences. It also lets you come up with like newsletter opt-in landing pages that you can then embed in WordPress. You can put it in Joomla or any CMS system as you go through, but you can build it in Kit. It maintains that central database. And then again, you can use Zap or GHL, pull that into your CRM. And when somebody signs up for your newsletter, have that automated with what happens. And then lastly, Kit lets you A/B test your subject lines and your content. So you can have essentially the same thing. Maybe you wrote it versus a team member wrote it, right? And you want to see whose is more effective. You can actually set that up. Then landing pages are important, all the other stuff that's important. And, if you want this done right, we have lots of experience doing this and we can get it up and running pretty quickly. So go ahead and give us a call. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on this video. But let's dive back into it. Like I said, the information's free. Not trying to hard sell you. So here we go. If you make between $750,000 and a $1.5 million donations in a gala day or a luncheon day, right? It's probably your biggest revenue generator. Here's how you can maximize every dollar. Pre-event, 90 days out, use that ChatGPT custom agent or Claude custom agent, write personalized invitations, write personalized nurture sequences based on your donor history, as well as what you want to interject into the campaign. Do impact videos. This is something personally at Live Viral Media that we've done, like for the YWCA. We've done this for Leading Age Arizona and a lot of other nonprofits as well, showing your mission impact. It's something you can send out pre-campaign or pre-gala in a campaign, or you can actually play it at the gala as well. Now, we've seen success. Some of our clients have gotten over $50,000 in donations from 1 2-minute video because we were able to show the impact so powerfully that using mobile tools like GalaBid or Greater Giving, you can actually take those donations, sync them real time to leaderboards and GHL, and kind of gamify the whole donation experience. Zephy is also really good. I have nothing to do with any of these companies, but Zephy's good. My wife's nonprofit uses that for ticketing, and there's no fees to that, so that's also really good. But then post-event is the most important time to capture people and thank them and get them in the pipeline for the next year, to get your newsletters, to get all that stuff going right away while it's fresh. You know, the adrenaline's still high. They just had a great time. They're not hungry. They're full. Like, that's the perfect time to capture on all this. So Zap can trigger thank yous. You can set a trigger as a time, for instance. So like if the gala wraps at 9 p.m. on Thursday at 9:05, hey, thanks for coming. Hope you got out of the parking lot okay. Here's information. We'll follow up next week or whatever, right? We can work on those nurture sequences. And I'm sure you have your own method as well. Again, AI generated impact reports. You can talk about, hey, here's how much we made. And let me show you how easy this is. No, I'll save that because I want to talk about something first. But you can go on your phone. You can just put in how much you got in donations in that gala, and it can spit out something instantly. So you immediately have messaging and don't need a copywriting team. And then nonprofit event pricing, RSVPify offers pretty cheap ticketing. Like I said, Zephy. I didn't put it in here, and you'll find out why in a second. But Zephy is really good. Zeffy, and it's free. Volunteer management. You can, I don't want to get too far into volunteers because personally I know volunteers are like a whole separate thing. It was probably the hardest part of our jobs as board members is just corralling the volunteers and getting them to stay. But you can track volunteer hours, you can give point platforms, you can do a whole bunch of stuff, again, to gamify volunteering, as well as using conversations with AI fundraising tools or, donor engagement tool. Volunteer engagement tools and that sort of thing. And then matching gifts is something that is completely overlooked. This is an area a lot of people don't think about. So there's a lot of tools, automations as well. Again, this is a whole nother conversation, but you can basically do a lot of automations for donor matches, for as a tactic to get more donations. Like I said, separate video, but just know that Kit can automate reminders to people. Like if you have a company that says, hey, we're going to match dollar to dollar every donation that comes in for your event, right? Or if you're doing I see a lot of fundraisers at restaurants. For every dollar that's spent, we'll match that sort of thing. You can do automated sequences, you can do zaps, you can do text messages, you can update donor records in your CRM, and you can actually have buttons and forms built in GoHighLevel that allow you to capture payment that have this really nice box where donors are authorizing certain increases or roundups and that sort of thing. So here's what the automation stack looks like, and then I'm going to give you the big surprise. GoHighLevel, you can see our CRM solution, if you want us to manage it, is crm.liveviralmedia.com. That's a central CRM that allows you to do all the stuff we talked about today. That is our monthly service where we build you out the CRM, we provide all the automation, we do the stuff for you, and it just works. Or you can go to GoHighLevel and get your own and build this from the ground up. Custom GPT and Claude projects are like a gold mine. It's really one of the most underrated things out there today. Highly recommend you at least do that. Kit for newsletter automation and gala nurture sequences and that sort of thing is good. Zapier connects all your tools for seamless data flow between your systems. It's a central hub, right? Think a bike tire like hub and spoke. It's that hub. And then double your donation. Kind of a weak point in this video. I don't really want to talk about that or volunteers, but you can embed stuff on forms, right? That's in Zapier, GoHighLevel, Kit, whatever. Volunteer platforms, you can also do self-scheduling. There's some functionality in GHL as well, and you can modify it to work for volunteer scheduling, or you can just use one, straight away for nonprofits out of the box that's meant for that. But your expected ROI, if you do all this, you can almost double your donations and save 1 to 2 days per staff member weekly, to open up their time for other high value and high impact roles and positions and tasks and that sort of thing. Instead of, for instance, worrying about grant writing for like 8 to 15 hours, it just cuts it down to 15 minutes. So information should be free, like I said. But if you want it done the right way, visit Live Viral Media. And let me tell you the secret. This whole slideshow was generated by AI. I went into Claude. I gave it a prompt. Actually, laying in bed this morning, I pulled it up on my phone, and I said, generate me a slideshow. Here's what I want. I dictated out notes, right? Just voice dictated. And it just did it all for me. That's because I had this custom project where I'm able to do that. I can go to my slideshow content creator and I'll say, generate me a 2-page slide talking about the beach on Cabo and why it's so beautiful and why people should go there during summer. Make the theme colors yellow, orange, and purple. And make sure that you have a good call to action telling people to book now while the summer deals are still available at example.com. I'm going to let that run, and I'm going to show you that it's running, and then we're going to see the result. This is the power of having all of this automation that I just talked about. It's going to go through and reason. It needs to clarify a few things. Don't clarify, just generate the slideshow. The clarification layer is a self-audit layer that I have built in, so it just generates good prompts, right? And stuff that is powerful and that is effective. But it's going to go ahead and it's going to think through. You'll see it start writing code here shortly. What I want to talk about quickly while it's doing that is that this is not to replace people. It is a tool to drastically enhance your output and your performance and your communications, right? Don't rely just on AI as like a one-stop shop. Don't just say, hey, do my donor comms. You actually have to put a little bit of thought and effort into it. You need to audit. You need to make sure you have validation layers and just some of the best practices and stuff like that. Here you go. So it says I've created a 1 to 2 slide presentation. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video, switch back to Claude on my computer, and we're going to take a look at it, and then we'll wrap the video. All right. Here is that conversation. We're going to go ahead and download as HTML and go full screen. And here's the presentation. No joke, you just saw me create it. You can see my little animation there at the bottom. All of this is programmed in a custom GPT framework. So I can do this, generate stuff right away, and I'm not wasting a bunch of time doing a PowerPoint, adding animations, and that sort of thing. I haven't read this, so we're just going to go through it together. But Discover Paradise, Beaches of Cabo, it gives you bullet points about why you should love Cabo. I'm looking for that call to action. I want to know why to book now. Awesome. Look at that. And then if you click it, it goes to example.com. How cool is that? I mean, guys, what you can do is unmatched in this current day and age. You just have to think outside the box and do it a little bit better than other people are doing. So thanks so much again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe, like, share it. And if you want help, go to liveviralmedia.com. Call us at 623-850-3275. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you in the next video.